Have you ever tried to hide a pain so deep that it felt like if you looked at it, it would swallow you whole? How many times have you smiled on the outside, while inside you were carrying a silent scream no one could hear? Do you feel like you're constantly at war with your own mind? And even when everything around you is quiet, the noise inside never stops? According to the World Health Organization, over 300 million people live with depression worldwide. And most of them, maybe you re one of them, carry wounds that have never been seen, heard, or understood. This video is for you who are tired of running, for you who want peace but don't know how to reach it. Today, I am going to show you why you will only find peace when you have the courage to face the pain you've been avoiding for so long. Like this video, share it with someone who's silently struggling, and subscribe to the channel. Let's walk through this together, because no one deserves to carry their pain alone. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to keep pain locked up inside? When we avoid looking at an emotional wound, it doesn't disappear. It hides. And from where it hides, it begins to control our choices, our relationships, and how we see the world, without us even realizing. It's like having an internal alarm going off all the time, and we try to muffle the sound with more work, distractions, or even isolation. Running from pain seems like a solution, but it turns into a prison. Psychology calls this experiential avoidance. It's when we try to escape uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. But the truth is, the more we avoid the pain, the stronger it becomes. The more we run, the more it chases us. Do you feel anxious without knowing why? A sadness with no clear reason? Do you get angry over little things? Many times, these are the cries of the pain you've been trying to bury alive inside yourself, but it's still there. And until you face it, it will keep running your life from the shadows. Have you ever woken up tired, even after sleeping for hours? Felt tightness in your chest, shortness of breath, or tension in your shoulders that just won't go away? These aren't random symptoms. They're silent ways your body is trying to say, there's something in here that needs to be seen. The body holds on to what the mind tries to erase. When you avoid reliving traumas or difficult emotions, they don't vanish. They settle into your nervous system. Emotional neuroscience studies show that unprocessed trauma gets stored in the amygdala, the brain region responsible for fear and alertness. The result? Your body lives in a state of constant vigilance, even when there's no real threat. That's why people who've experienced trauma, like abandonment, rejection, loss, abuse, or constant criticism, often report things like extreme fatigue, chronic pain, digestive issues, or anxiety attacks that seem to come out of nowhere. But the truth is, there is a reason, and it lives inside you. Your body doesn't lie. It's the first to react when something is emotionally off. You might forget with your mind, but your body remembers everything, and until that pain is felt, processed, and released, your body will keep screaming. Let me tell you about something that happened to a friend of my sister. Mariana is 29 years old. Married, mother of 3 young children, working full-time, and still taking care of the house alone. On the outside, she seemed to handle everything. She was the strong woman everyone admired, always smiling, always ready to help, but no one saw what was going on inside her. In the silence of the night, when everyone was asleep, Mariana cried. She cried from exhaustion, loneliness, guilt, for feeling like she wasn't good enough. Not as a mom, not as a wife, not even as a woman. She didn't know it, but what she was carrying wasn't just physical exhaustion. It was years of unspoken pain, building up inside her because she never gave herself a chance to listen. Since childhood, she had been taught that she had to be strong, that showing emotions was weakness, that crying was just being dramatic. Little by little, her body started to scream. Panic attacks, constant headaches, and a cruel insomnia that seemed endless. Then, during a routine checkup, the doctor said, "You need emotional support. what you're feeling isn't just physical. It's the weight of a pain that never had the space to be felt. Mariana started therapy. At first, she resisted. She'd say, "I don't have time for that." But the truth was, she didn't know how to face her own pain. With time, she learned to respect her limits. She started saying no without guilt, sharing responsibilities with her husband, and allowing herself to rest without feeling useless. More than that, she began to embrace the wounded little girl inside her, the one who just wanted to be heard, cared for, and understood. Today, Mariana still has hard days, but she doesn't hide anymore. She feels, she speaks, and most importantly, she chooses herself, and maybe that's exactly what you need right now, to stop merely surviving and start listening to yourself. There's a silent lie many of us have learned, that feeling pain is a sign of weakness. That crying, asking for help, or admitting that we're not okay means we're broken. But the truth is exactly the opposite. Facing pain takes courage. It's much easier to run, to distract yourself, to wear a mask. What's truly hard is sitting with your own sadness, listening to what it's trying to say, and allowing yourself to feel without judgment. Pain doesn't want to destroy you. It wants to transform you. It's an alert that something inside you needs care. And when you allow yourself to face it, a deep process of liberation begins. Maybe you're going through something like this right now. And if you are, just breathe. We'll talk about it together. The American researcher Brain Brown says, "You can't numb pain without also numbing joy." In other words, when you avoid suffering, you also block your ability to feel pleasure, love, and true connection. Many of our fears aren't about what we'll find when we face our pain. They're about what might change once we do. And yes, things will change. Because pain only loses its power over you when it stops being avoided and starts being understood. That's when you begin to take your life back. Not because you stop feeling, but because you start feeling with awareness, presence, and compassion for yourself. How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when you were falling apart inside? How many times have you smiled just to keep others from worrying, or stayed busy all the time just to avoid thinking? We all wear masks, and sometimes we wear them for so long that we forget who we are without them. Some of these masks are very common. Forced positivity, where everything is gratitude, even when a storm is raging inside. Emotional isolation, pulling away because you feel like no one would understand. Productivity addiction, where working nonstop becomes a socially acceptable way to avoid yourself. And even overusing social media to escape your reality and create an edited version of who you wish you were. These masks aren't evil, they're defense mechanisms. They're ways our brains try to survive pain without facing it directly. But here's the problem. While we wear those masks, no one can truly reach us, not even ourselves. And living like that, hidden, is lonely. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely invisible. Healing begins the moment you take off the mask, even if just for a second, and say, "I'm not okay." And it's okay not to be okay. That's the beginning of your truth. And only through truth can real peace be built. There comes a moment, and maybe that moment is today, when you decide, "I don't want to run from myself anymore." That moment doesn't come with fireworks. It might happen in the middle of a silent cry in the bathroom, during an anxiety attack in traffic, or on a perfectly normal day when you simply can't fake it anymore. That's when healing begins. When you stop fighting your pain and begin to listen to it, something powerful happens. You start reconnecting with yourself, not with the version you created to please the world, but with who you truly are, with all your scars, your wounds, your real strength. The author Clarissa Pinkola Estes once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you, and that light only comes in when you allow the wound to be seen." Many people only find emotional freedom when they have the courage to ask themselves, "What is this pain trying to show me?" And when you do that, something shifts. You stop being a victim of the pain and become the protagonist of your healing. That moment, when you face it, when you look your story in the eyes and say, I see you, that's the moment when peace starts to grow inside you. Facing pain is an act of courage, but you don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to do it in the dark. There are real, practical, and deeply transformative tools that can help you move through this process with more safety and compassion. Here are a few that can guide you along the way. 1. Conscious breathing. When the pain comes, breathe. It may seem too simple, but breath is your first point of access to your nervous system. Try this. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Do this for 3 minutes. This simple act can calm an anxiety attack and bring you back to the present. 2. Inner listening. Pause for 5 minutes and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Name the emotion: fear, anger, sadness, shame. Just feeling and naming it is already the first step toward healing. 3. Write to your pain. Grab a notebook and write as if you were talking directly to your pain. What does it want to say to you? What part of you is asking for attention? Therapeutic writing is a powerful way to release emotions without judgment. 4. Therapy. If you can, seek professional help. A therapist won't give you all the answers, but they'll walk with you while you find them. 5. Self-compassion. Instead of blaming yourself for feeling broken, hold yourself. Literally, place your hand over your heart and say, I'm here for me. You deserve your own care. 6. Small healing rituals. A warm cup of tea before bed, a silent walk, a song that soothes your soul. These small gestures, done with intention, can help rebuild the parts of you the world never saw. Crossing through pain isn't about defeating it. It's about integrating what it came to teach you and continuing your life more whole. If you made it this far, know this. That's already an act of courage. Looking inward hurts, yes, but continuing to ignore that pain costs even more. You don't have to fix everything at once, but you do need to begin. Today, you'll learn that running from pain only prolongs the suffering. Your body feels everything your mind tries to forget. Facing your pain is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are masks that hide, but there are also tools that reveal. And true peace begins the moment you say, I'm ready to feel. Now put it into practice. Take 5 minutes to breathe mindfully and listen to your emotion. Write to your pain, uncensored, as if you were talking to it. Try a self-compassion ritual. It can be a hug to yourself or a simple cup of tea that brings you comfort. If this touched something in you, you need to watch this next video. How your body tries to save you when you hit rock bottom. It shows how your body tries to protect you in your darkest days. It's like continuing this conversation, just even deeper. You are not alone. Your pain does not define your worth. And your healing begins now. If this content touched you, like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear this and leave a comment. Which part resonated with you the most? We're in this journey together, turning silent wounds into paths of healing. See you tomorrow in the next video. With love, your friend, Elena Gray.